Hello, my name is Dustin Turley. I'm from Educational Technology Services and Application Support. And this morning, I will be demonstrating for you the student portal side of the Infinite Campus Student Information System. It is important to note that this is sample data. As you can see, it is me for the purposes of this portal. And I am a 10th grader at Granite Hills High School for the 2015 calendar year. Infinite Campus allows all students to log into the portal either on the web page or on their mobile device. And when any student logs in to the portal, they're presented with their Messages tab first. And in the Messages tab, there is a broken link down here that you will see, a broken image link, and when the site goes live, this image link will be replaced by a banner with links to both the iOS App Store and the Google Android Play Store for students to download the mobile application to check their attendance and grades on their phone with ease. When a student logs in, like I said, they're presented with the Messages tab. The Messages tab contains district notices, school notices, and inbox. District notices would be some kind of notice that goes out district-wide. So if Superintendent Ralph Swenson were to issue a school closure announcement for a fire or something of that nature, that would appear here under district notices. School notices would be anything that the school puts out, like back to school night is coming, or last day to sign up for club sports. Something of that nature would appear here. And the inbox is the student's own personal process inbox for anything that the teacher sends out to their class, or that the school needs to notify that student directly, and only that student would appear here in the inbox. We're going to work our way down the left-hand pane of the portal. And the first one we're going to go to is Calendar. And the calendar gives the student, myself, an overview of any assignments that are due, as well as any attendance events I've had for the current month. And this will automatically change depending on the month that you're in. But we're in August, and I've created some sample data for myself to look at. And it looks like I had some attendance events on the 20th. And if I click those attendance events, I get a pop-up window breaking down the attendance for that day. And it looks like in period 1, I was absent, and the teacher commented that it was the second Wednesday in a row the student has been absent. And second period, I was tardy. I walked in 10 minutes late. And in third period, I came in and left class 5 minutes in. Okay, and this is all done from attendance in the gradebook by the teacher. And the teacher gets to mark either present, absent, or tardy, and then it is up to the attendance clerk to then give the reason why the student is gone, whether it's excused, unexcused, unknown, what have you. And I also can look at my assignments. I have an assignment that is due on the 25th, and that assignment is from my food nutrition class, and it's how to boil water, and it's out of 100 points, and it hasn't been scored yet because it's due today, and this all comes from the teacher's gradebook. When the teacher creates the assignment and posts the assignment to the class, it's available in the portal, and the teacher has also put a reference point in here, and teachers can choose whether or not to put references in, and that's something they can contact their teacher coach or ETS application support on how to do. But if you put a reference in, like how to boil water, for instance, you're presented with how to boil water, which was the reference document the teacher put into the assignment. And if I go back to the calendar, now let's look at an assignment that has been overdue for quite some time. It was due on the 19th. It was an introduction essay in my English class, and it was worth 100 points, and I got a 0, and the teacher has marked it as missing. And the comment the teacher put in the gradebook was, student claims he was never assigned any essay. And there was even a reference of how to write a 5-paragraph essay from the teacher, so there's kind of no excuse for why I didn't turn that in, but I just decided that I didn't want to for whatever reason. This is really cool, this tool on assignments, because we've had multiple systems before that we've had to try to tie together as best we could, whereas Infinite Campus gives you everything right in one. There's no need to be re-entering things multiple times. If you want it to send to the assignments, you send it to the assignments, and the students can get it through the portal. If we move on to schedule, the student schedule is presented by term right here with a list of period classes, as well as the teachers and the course name. Now the teachers, if I were to click on them, it would email the teacher right from my portal. I can send them a message, as well as I can take a look at the gradebook. So if I want my second period class World History gradebook, I click right here and I see the breakdown of all my grades by grading task, whether it's in progress or final or not available, as it's not available right now, and as well as any assignments that have been submitted and scored, will appear here as a breakdown for that entire course. If I go then to attendance, I can see those attendance marks that I had before in a much more granular view. So it's broken down by either course right here, and I can see which course I had absences in, how many tardies. I can break it down by period. Simply look at period 1, I had an absence there. I can break it down by day, which days of the week, or I can break it down by term. And again, this shows a 3-month view with a little legend as to what type of absence it is, and I can move on to the next 3 months, so on and so forth. If I go to my grades tab, I'm going to see my grades broken down by course, by grading task, by semester. Now, school hasn't started yet, so none of the grades are in, but if I wanted to, I would see in-progress grades and final grades, and these boxes would have a letter grade in them, highlighted in either color depending on which one it corresponded to, in progress or final. And if you look up here, we have recently graded assignments, and there's that missing assignment essay that I had in with a score of 0. Anything that has been graded will show up here. Now, if there are assignments pending, like the How to Boil Water assignment, that would not show up here because that has not been graded yet. Once an assignment has been graded, then it shows up here. Now, even if an assignment is overdue and not graded, it's still not going to show here because it's not been graded. But this has been marked missing by the teacher, so it shows up here. If I had gotten a score on this essay or another assignment and it had been entered, the score would appear here as well. Not just missing assignments, but all assignments that have been scored. If I also look at a grade and I want to ask the teacher a question about the grade, either, I don't agree with it, or, why did I get this? I can click the teacher's name next to the course, and I'm presented with contact information for the teacher, email address, as well as work phone number. If I click the to-do list on the left-hand pane, I am given a concise view of all of my assignments for every class. And the ones highlighted in red are the ones that are overdue. Ones that are not highlighted in red aren't due yet, and it will give me a day's remaining before I get to turn them in. When it was assigned, when it's due, and then how many days I have to go. I can break down my assignments by date, and then easily print them in a printer-friendly version right here. If I go to reports, reports is where I can see a number of things. I can see my student's schedule, so first day of school rolls around and I need to have a schedule at my fingertips. I can click my student's schedule and I get a nice printer-friendly version of my schedule to take with me to class the next day. I have a missing assignments report, and if I click on it, there's that introduction essay that was missing, shows up right here. Now, I had another overdue assignment for another course, and that's not going to show up here because that hasn't been marked as missing yet. Once the teacher marks it as missing, it shows up right here along with any other missing assignments in a list. If the teacher, for some reason, has not marked it missing, hasn't got around to grading that particular assignment, it won't show up here, so you don't have to worry about that. Only if it's been marked missing is it here. If I go back to reports, you'll see that there is a report cards and unofficial transcript area that will also pop up a nice printable version of my transcript and my report card. Now, I'm not going to show you these because there's no data in them because I'm not a real student, so I don't have a transcript. But that would be a pop-up much like the student schedule that is nice, easily printable, fileable piece of information, and it's all done in PDF format. And if the student does not have Acrobat Reader, there's a nice friendly link right here to go get it if they don't. And that takes us to the end of the tabs on the left. Again, that was calendar, concise view of calendars, and we can go forward in time, backwards in time, whatever we want to do. Schedule shows student schedule with email links and gradebook links for each course. Attendance gives a granular view of each attendance mark, and we can break it down by period, day, and term. The grades tab shows any recently graded assignments as well as grades for each course throughout the term. To-do list shows a breakdown of each assignment from every course, when they're due, when they're not due, if they're overdue or not, and can be printed easily. And then reports are easily printable reports for the student. That was an overview of the student portal for the Grosse Mountain Union High School District. If you have any questions or concerns about Infinite Campus, you can contact us directly by dialing HELP, that's help from any district phone, 4357, or emailing us at applicationsupport@guhsd.net. Also, A huge wealth of information can be found at our district website, www.ghsd.net, and scroll down and find the Infinite Campus green button. Give that a click, and you'll be sent to our support homepage with frequently asked questions, as well as how to get support. How do I log in? This will explain how. How do I get support? Step by step on how to click and get support. The training schedule for Infinite Campus, as well as many other wealth of information, as well as submitting a service request if you need to do so. This has been a demonstration of the portal as well as how to get support. I am Dustin Turley representing Educational Technology Services, and I hope you have a great day.